आप अपने आप पे ध्यान ही नहीं दे पा रहे हो because we don't have time, because of the lives that we are living in. What are the type of thoughts that you have? Do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel like, I've achieved everything? We are easily able to connect with anybody who we want. Like suddenly I keep questioning myself, make it work the way you want to make it work. Everything in this universe is energy. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast Beyond the Peel, your journey to self transformation. So, today's episode is dedicated for a hard topic, a harsh topic that many people would not like me talking about because this is something that needs a lot of self reflection. The topic is about why most people do not find success in their life, whatever your definition of success is, why most people do not reach the goals that they have set out at the beginning. If you are one of them who has been in this situation either in the past or are struggling with it at the moment, this video might be of interest to you. So let's get started. So based on my experience, so first of all, I am no guru. I am no, that Zen person who accomplishes 100% of the goals that I set out for myself. I don't do that. A lot of times I do not find myself happy and content and successful in all my endeavors, and that is why, based on my experience, I think here are the top 5 reasons why most people do not find the success that they are really after. The very first and the most important, that's why it's on the number 1 in this list, is the reason behind why you start something. If you don't have a strong reason for the goal that you are after, there will be a lot of times in your goal achieving journey wherein you will have a feeling of self-doubt, wherein you will question on why you are doing what you are doing. There will be a lot of times when people will question why you are doing, and then you don't have an answer to that. If your reason for starting something is not strong, in that feeling of self-doubt, you are going to basically sink. You are going to stop chasing that goal just because you don't even know why you started. Or even if you know why you started, that golden dream of yours, that main strong reason of why you started, is not that strong enough to continue on your path. So a lot of successful people, if you notice in and around, in internet, we see a lot of successful people. The reason they are where they are, because the reason behind why they started something is really, really strong. So no, when in these big organizations, in these corporations, there is a vision statement that the company's executives set out. There is a mission statement that the company's executives set out. And even after decades of running that company, why are they still successful? Because their vision and their mission is very similar to how they started it when they set it out at the beginning of it. Obviously, a lot of times there will be some tweaks to vision and some tweaks to mission, but overall, the vision and the mission statement for any particular company would remain the same. The same concept applies to your personal goals as well. So, whenever you start something in your life, if you don't know why you are doing something, if you basically just starting it by seeing someone or to impress someone, and later down the line you figure out, oh shit, this is so hard, and then you are going to stop it because you just did it to copy someone, and now that feeling of copying someone or that feeling to be superior to someone else, it just fades. Those are all temporary emotions. You don't want to run behind those temporary emotions. You want to make sure that in your life in general, this necessarily is not about any career goal you are accomplishing. This is in any area of your life, any personal goals you are achieving, be it your health, your wealth, your family, your relationships, your fun element. There are a lot of areas. I've spoken about a wheel of life in my previous videos as well. I'll link that video here, but there are a lot of different areas in your life that you as an individual should focus on so that you find a healthy balance. In each of these areas, whatever you pick to prioritize, it's very, very important that there is a strong reasoning behind setting a goal, because write it down right now. There definitely will be moments when you are not motivated, when there will be a feeling of self-doubt. That's when you have to come back to this why. That's when you have to come back to your vision of that goal and your mission of that goal. Refer to that and basically get back on track again. All right, so the very first and the most common reason why most people do not succeed in their life, or in general in achieving any goal that they want to, is that they don't know why they started it. Even if they know why they started it, that reason was not very strong enough. Okay, so that is the very first reason. Now, reason number 2, suppose you have overcome this you've overcome this problem. Your reason for starting something is very, very strong. You know why you started it. You are super clear in your mind. The second topmost reason is fear of failure. A lot of times it's natural. There's no judgment over here. It's natural that when there is a huge task in front of us, a huge goal in front of us, we will fear that what if I do not succeed. And that is very, very common. But it's also important to know that, are you completely stopping yourself from getting ahead just because you fear failing, or what's the main reason? All right, a lot of people do not succeed in accomplishing things that they want in their life is because they basically fear, what if I fail? All right, they are basically holding themselves back from the risks which are going to come on their way, and they are seizing all the opportunities that come in their way just because they are scared to take that giant leap of faith. Now, on the contrary, while a lot of people fear that this will not work out, on the contrary, it's important to know that fear is not the opposite of success. Fear is actually the part of journey. A lot of times, a lot of people, including me, I use my fear of accomplishing a task as something that I can get motivation from. A lot of times when, I've set out goals for myself, so I want to, I have this vision in my mind on where do I want to see myself 5 years down the line. That's a crazy dream, to be honest. And instead I am fearful. I don't know how I'm going to reach there. I've set out a goal. I am fearful on how I will reach it. But instead of stopping myself to do whatever I need to do to reach that end state, I'm using that feeling of fear to basically drive myself and motivate myself and do that self-talk to myself. If I do this huge task, something that no one has done, I am going to be the most successful in my family. So I've used that fear in me to convert that into a positive talk for myself and basically overcome that obstacle. I have made it a part of my journey because I know it's not the first time I'm going to be fearful. The next step in this journey, I'm also going to face this fear, but I'm going to get over it because there is a very, very strong reason in my mind of why I set out that goal for myself, why am I on this journey. So looking back at that, using that fear as an emotion to motivate myself and basically see like if I can accomplish this humongous task, which a lot of people I know don't even think about, let alone do it and being successful in it, I am going to create a legacy for myself. So that positive self-talk is something that I do whenever I am in a fearful situation. And if you are in this place wherein you are just fearing taking that leap of faith to accomplish any dream of yours, don't stop yourself from moving forward. Use that fear to motivate you instead. It's very, very normal. Everybody who is successful, they would have had that fear in their mind at some point of time, but instead of stopping themselves from moving ahead, make smaller progress along the way and just get over that hurdle one by one. Okay, so that is the very common second reason why most people do not succeed in their life, which is fear of failure. Now, number 3, and like it's in priority, I think. Reason number 3 why most people do not succeed in accomplishing their goals is procrastination. This is something not new. A lot of times, okay, you've set your goals, josh mein you've set all the goals, what you want to achieve, and after that you're sitting there no, I'll start from tomorrow, I'll start from next week, I'll start from next month. Nothing is happening, right? I'm just here, nothing, there is no negative thing that's happening if I am not doing it. You basically are delaying that task to next day, next day, next day, and you're not doing it. A lot of people do it. I do it till date for certain things, but it's important to know that procrastination only leads to missed opportunities and unfulfilled potentials. If we are just, moving our and delaying our tasks, it's just not good for us, because our mind is getting the signals that this person is not serious enough. you know exactly when you think that you don't want to do it, sort of relates to the previous point of fear of failure. That's exactly when you jump into it. I think you've heard of that phrase, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Whenever you want to procrastinate, whenever you don't want to do something, I think that's exactly when you should do it. It's the opposite. So you've got to train your mind and your soul and your body that nothing is stronger than your zeal to accomplish your personal goal. No negative emotion can overtake your desire to accomplish the goal that you want in your life. So, in order to handle the procrastination, one small tip that I follow to the T every single day in my life is break down that big task into smaller tasks and take one step at a time. Instead of not making any progress at all for months and years, make small progress, because those small steps that you take along the way, it's going to give you a bigger win at the end of it. So do not procrastinate. It's not good signal for your mind, because if you do it now, you're going to do it. It's a bad cycle to be in. It's a vicious cycle to be in. Vicious is the right term, because you are training your mind, yes, this person is not serious about it, and let's just postpone. Then you're not only going to postpone this particular task for this goal, for everything in your life you will follow the same cycle, and hence never succeed in whatever you want to succeed in. So a very, very common trap, even if you start doing something, you basically are procrastinating every damn thing, and that's not good for your personal development. So stop doing that. Be smart about how you want to execute that goal. Divide it into smaller tasks, make smaller progress, take the breaks that you want to, celebrate the small wins so that you get motivated, but just get on it. Do not take an elongated break. Take small breaks, celebrate smaller wins. You've started working on it, that is a win. Just go and celebrate it. So give your mind all those positive signals that you are doing something, you are serious about something, and you will see wonderful results as to being successful in whatever you're doing. Okay, so this is a very common problem that a lot of people face, which is procrastination. Now, the reason number 4 why most people do not succeed is negative self-talk. I know a lot of people, I personally know a lot of people who basically do not believe in themselves. Like, even for, let alone the goals that they want in their life, let alone big goals, even for small things, they basically are saying, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm never going to be able to do it. So that is how they are talking to themselves. That's the signal that they're giving to their mind, and they do not know how harmful it is to basically talk negative about yourself. Your inner dialogue, how you feel from inside, it has a drastic impact on your beliefs and hence your actions. Everything that you do in your life is based on the thoughts that you have. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, you are never going to be able to do this, guess what? You will start believing it. That's the cycle that we get into. That's how our mind works. So that's why you want to make sure that even if you have not done something, even if you are starting something from the scratch, train your mind, the words that come out of your mind and the belief system that you have within you, the thoughts that are there in your brain, make sure they are like, yes, this is tough, but I can still do it. I am smart enough to do it. And you will see wonderful results in your life, in your daily life. So practice that self-compassion. Get rid of the negative thoughts that you say about yourself, because if you are treating yourself like shit, other people are going to treat you like shit, to be honest. And practice all the affirmations that you can to make sure you are signaling your brain to only talk positively, and that's how you're going to be able to reach closer to whatever you want to reach closer to. So it's very, very important. A lot of time many people neglect this thing, but it does have a lot of negative impact on your mind if you get into the habit of negative self-talk. So that's the reason number 4. The last reason that most people do not find success in whatever they want to is lack of persistence. So I think all of us know that success rarely comes overnight, right? No one is successful overnight. It takes years and years and years to be called successful in your eyes or in someone else's eyes, and that years and years takes time and effort. So don't give up on the first sign of difficulty. Stay consistent in whatever you are doing. I've spoken about this in one of my previous videos, that it's so important to be consistent in whatever you're doing, because motivation fades away while consistency is what holds you, and that is something that's going to get you to that finish line. I'm going to link that video above. Definitely recommend checking it out, because if you're someone who faces this constantly, wherein they start something and then stop, I think you need to know that you are never going to be motivated at all times. I am not motivated at all times, but I am for sure consistent in doing whatever I want to do. I do take a lot of breaks as well. I do enjoy my life as well, but there is a set plan for everything. So make sure you stay committed, you stay focused, and you keep pushing yourself even when it starts to get tough. All right. So these are the top 5 reasons why most people do not succeed in the goals that they have set out for themselves. Now, I would really like if you can do that self-reflection for yourself on which of these 5 problems do you face the most whenever you want to start something. All right, and that self-reflection is going to give you wonderful results, because only if you are aware of the problem with you, you will be able to find solution to it. If you're not aware of the problem, you're never going to get to the solution, let alone at accomplishing and being successful. All right, so first, to be aware, that self-awareness is very, very important. I hope this video has helped you. Do let me know via comments on what is your biggest challenge when it comes to achieving your personal goals in your life, and we can take it from there. Until then, I'm going to see you all next week with another interesting topic. Bye bye.